The galaxy had forgotten them. In the halls of the Galactic Council, the name of humanity was spoken only in myths told to scare cadets or inspire explorers. They were the lost species, the ghosts of a distant spiral arm. Some said they burned themselves out in endless wars. Others claimed they had ascended beyond the stars. None knew the truth. For 10,000 cycles, no human signal had echoed across the void. Their colonies had vanished, their worlds turned to dust. The younger races built empires, forged alliances, and took their place as masters of the stars. And yet, deep within the hidden corners of the galaxy, rumors began to stir once more. It began on the mining world of Veratus 9, a small survey ship belonging to the Taran Union detected an unknown beacon deep in the system. The signal was old, impossibly old, pulsing with a code that had not been used since the Dawn Age. The crew laughed at first, thinking it was debris or a relic. But when they decoded the signal, silence filled the bridge. It read only two words: humanity returns. The message spread faster than light. The Galactic Council dismissed it as a hoax. Yet fleets began to move. Scouts vanished near the Orion Expanse. Strange energy readings were reported across abandoned sectors. Something was waking up. High Chancellor Arvik stood before the council, his voice trembling though he tried to hide it. The humans are gone. They cannot return. We have nothing to fear. But as he spoke, the sky above the capital world flickered. A distortion tore through the heavens. From that rift emerged shapes darker than the void itself, sleek, angular vessels forged of steel and thunder. The first warship drifted into orbit, silent and majestic. It bore the old insignia, an eagle clutching stars in its talons. Then came hundreds more, forming ranks that covered the atmosphere. The council guards froze. Billions watched in silence as the forgotten warriors returned. A voice thundered through every channel, calm and commanding. We are the children of Earth. We come not for conquest, but for balance. The flame of humanity burns again. The galaxy remembered why the humans were both feared and revered. Humanity did not die. It had endured. And now they had returned. Panic rippled through the great halls of the Galactic Council. Empires that had ruled, unchallenged for ages, now faced the return of the species they thought extinct. The council chamber buzzed with fear. Dozens of delegates shouted at once, their voices rising over each other. Who had awakened them? What did they want? Were they enemies or saviors? High Chancellor Arvix demanded silence. Reports flooded in. Human fleets had appeared across 5 sectors. They made no attacks, only transmitted the same phrase, "We come for balance." Yet everywhere they appeared, ancient human colonies reignited. Long-dead worlds suddenly alive with power. On the rim world of Orion, an alien scout transmitted footage before vanishing. Massive towers pulsed with blue light, the mark of old human terraforming. Machines woke beneath the ground, reshaping continents, purifying air and sea. It was as if Earth's children were rebuilding. Paradise from ruins. Admiral Kether of the Varn Dominion clenched his claws. If they are back, they threaten every empire. Once before they burned the galaxy in their wars. We must strike first. But fear held them back. They remembered the stories how humans fought until the stars dimmed. How they turned planets into weapons and black holes into shields. The council finally agreed to send envoys. The first diplomatic fleet entered the Sol frontier under heavy guard. They expected hostility. Instead, they found something else. A planetary born. Earth itself. Oceans shimmered blue. Cities towered in silence. And orbiting stations glowed like halos. A single ship approached, unarmed but immense. Its hull bore one word: unity. A voice spoke through the void, calm, steady, unyielding. You have lived without us for long, but balance has faltered. Greed has spread. The flame must guide again. Then the transmission ended. The envoys returned, silent and shaken. They had seen humanity not as conquerors, but as guardians returning to a galaxy on the brink. Ancient archives began to open. Hidden files revealed what the galaxy had chosen to forget. Humanity had not vanished, they had left. 10 millennia ago, after the final war of the sectors, the humans had seen what endless conflict did. They chose exile. They sealed their systems and erased their presence to allow younger races to grow without their shadow. But now, something had broken that peace. An unknown force, beyond any empire, stirred at the edge of existence. The humans had sensed it first. On the human flagship Solstice, Admiral Rena watched sensor data showing strange distortions in dark space. Her officers worked in silence. They knew what was coming. Across the galaxy, stars dimmed for seconds at a time. Energy signatures unmatched by science pulsed from the void. The enemy we once buried, the ones who ended the first dawn. The humans had not returned to conquer. They had returned to defend. Alliance. From the far reaches of dark space, an old hunger stirred. It was not alien or machine, but something beyond, both a swarm born of entropy, feeding on light and thought. They had devoured galaxies before and now turned toward this one. The first sign came when 3 suns vanished. Fleets sent to investigate never came back. Human warships began to form a wall along the rim. The Galactic Council realized the truth too late. The legends had not been exaggerated. Humans had fought this darkness before, and they had won. Now, they stood ready again, not for domination, but survival of all life. For the first time in 10,000 years, every species united under one banner. The humans called it the Alliance of Flame. Ships from 100 worlds joined their armada. Humanity shared technology, thought impossible energy shields, woven from stellar cores, weapons that sang with plasma light. At the center of it all stood the human flagship, Earth's pride, glowing brighter than any star. In the council hall, Chancellor Arvex bowed his head before Admiral Rena. The legends were true, he said. You fought the darkness once. Now we will fight beside you. Rena smiled faintly. Then let us remind the universe what it means to be alive. The sky turned into fire. The abyssal swarms poured into the galaxy like a living storm. Human fleets met them head-on, their formations moving with deadly precision. Aliens who had once feared humanity now fought shoulder to shoulder with them. Plasma beams tore through darkness, and entire moons became weapons. Admiral Rena stood upon the bridge as the solstice cut through enemy lines. For Earth, she said, for every world that dares to live free. The stars themselves seemed to burn in answer. Days turned into months, months into years. Billions perished, but the line held. Humanity refused to fall. They fought not for glory, but for every spark of life the galaxy still held. The final battle came at the edge of the void, where space itself ended. Humanity led the charge. The abyssal swarm collapsed under the combined might of the Alliance. When the last wave was gone, silence fell across the stars. Admiral Rena watched as the void calmed. Then she sent a message to every world. The balance is restored. We are the guardians, not the masters. The flame of humanity will never fade again. The council declared a new era, the era of flame. And throughout the stars, one truth burned bright once more. Humanity was not a legend. Humanity was forever.